Wow. Okay. Lolers, welcome to the Ahri Gameplay for Dummies video. This is going to be in follow-up to our guide that we've posted just recently on the channel where we talk about some of our basic abilities and combos in lane. So watching this video, it's not going to be super high level, it's not going to be micro god Ahri, it's just going to be some basic stuff and basic thinking that you guys can apply to your games to have some success with Ahri in the mid lane. So Doran's Ring is going to be our first item pickup here in the shop along with a couple potions. As you walk to lane, just take a quick glance at the enemy team comp and realize who the jungler is and who the mid laner is. That's going to give you a good clue to whether you need to watch out for ganks early game, how the jungler and mid may play together. It's very similar to how the bottom ADC and sup would play together. That's kind of how you're viewing the mid lane and the jungle. So here we have a Victor, a little bit more, I guess, poke safe than us. He can poke us probably at a good range, and with the shield on his Q, he's going to be able to avoid some damage in our retaliation. So that really means for me in lane, I'm going to be focusing on Qing the minions a bit more, and probably if we are going to engage, it's going to be in some type of a skirmish or a roam once we get level 6. And then they have a Rengar in the jungle, so that means probably not too many early game ganks on us, at least not effective ones, though post level 6 for him, that'll be when it becomes a bit dangerous. So we're just going to probably focus on farming the best that we can in lane here, pushing when we can with our Q, and then also staying safe from Victor's poke and trying to maximize our effectiveness in the mid game in terms of skirmishes or team fights. So we're just grabbing last hits, pushing with Q. I don't know where Victor is right now. We'll pick up W second. With W, I'm probably going to save that just for escapes or engages again in skirmishes, using the speed boost that I get from that more than anything. The damage will be inconsequential, so it looks like he's AFK here for a little bit. So we'll just kind of put a ward up here in a second while we're crashing that wave in. Pre 5 minutes, you're really not going to do too much damage to turrets in the mid lane, so if you do get a push in pre 5, it's probably best just to take a look around, put a ward down, and make sure you don't get ganked from top side or bot side. So even though he's AFK, he's back in now. It's fine. I mean, that's going to happen in some games. You're going to have an AFK, they're going to have AFK. It really doesn't change your strategy early game. Again, we're just looking to use our Q on the wave. If Victor wants to sit in the wave and take some poke for it, that's great. If not, that's fine too. So just saving all of our mana and our poke for our Q. You can see again his trades are just a lot more effective than ours early game. Ahri really isn't the greatest champ at any one skill. Like, I'm not going to really out-trade this guy. I'm probably not even going to outburst him in the late game, but what Ahri is good at is versatility. So I have a lot of versatility in my kit with my stuns and my speed and my dashes. That's kind of how you want to make sure you're playing her to maximize her strengths. So max with the Q, I'm going to pop a potion here just because we have taken some poke from this guy. He is running low on mana, a lot lower than us again, so we're saving our mana really just for our Q. And that's going to help us get maybe a good back off here where you won't be able to push the lane so well because he's low on mana. Pop another potion here just to watch out. I'm going to stay towards top side a bit more because that's warded. So here's the Rengar running through. So that's fine. Just going to try and dodge out that laser. Really tough to dodge that laser, unfortunately. Even if you know it's coming, it's going to be tough. That's okay, right? Like, you guys aren't going to have to dodge every skill shot in lane. Again, all we're doing here is we're using our pots to stay healthy. We're grabbing as many last hits as we can. And when we have an opportunity to push the wave and recall, we're going to do that. So ideal recall for us would be enough to get a lost chapter. I don't think we'll be able to do that. We might be able to here. We still have some good mana, so I will stay and just see if we can grab a few more last hits and a little bit more gold. 1300 is the number we're looking for. So you can see here, because we're airing towards top side, we are going to be able to escape that gank fairly easily. If that was closer, I would just use the movement speed from my W to speed boost away. Alright, so we know Rengar could be topside now. I'm going to let this wave push a little bit further towards the mid just so I can stay a bit safer. Once I spot him, okay, he's on Yi, that means I can push this now. Victor may look to go and help that. If he does and Yi dies, honestly, that's Yi's problem. It's not really mine right now. I just want to push this in as fast as I can and then go back and buy. Still don't have enough for the chapter, but we should have enough for some mana at least on top of our blasting wand. So we're going to pick this up and maybe a mana crystal. Oops, not enough. Sorry for boots then. Just let that mana fill up a little bit more before we head back to lane. I don't think Victor will be able to get a good recall off. Oh, he did, and he used his TP, so he's down a TP, still has flash, and he does have a couple amp tombs. Now, I do have more AP off this one ability item here, though again, Victor's trades are a little bit more potent in a 1v1 scenario. He's pretty good at those, so we're not going to out-trade him unless we catch a charm. And we're probably not going to charm this guy too well, because he's always behind minions. So that's something that we cover off in the beginner guide, how really you're going to be utilizing your charm post level 6 or in kind of mini skirmishes or team fights. Not very often in lane against enemy champs. It's just too hard to land it through all the minions that there's going to be. Okay, so in terms of last hitting, we're not doing amazing, we're not doing bad. 42 is not too shabby. Again, concentrating on just trying to get those last hits and not die. We're level 6 now, so if we can effectively push waves with our Q, we could look for kind of dragon fights, rift fights, things like that that will help us and our team maybe push the advantage into the mid game. So you can see with the Q there, we can outpush him right now. Victor's push again is very good in lane with his laser, so it's not going to be something that we can do for too much longer, though we could get a good fight off here. If this Yi comes over, I'm going to use my ult and ignite her. We probably won't be able to catch her. I'll throw a Q out. Okay, we got her on the return damage. At least Yi got her. So now that we're down here, we're going to really push this out and then try and help these guys get the dragon. We did use a lot of mana and our ult. That means that we're kind of a sitting duck right now. But I think the 4 of us can get this dragon if we just double kill them. I don't know why my ping is saying danger instead of fight. Okay, let's fight this now. So you can see there our roam and our ult is right, that's what's better than Victor, and that's going to be probably what's better than most of the people you're going to play against in lane. 1v1, you're really not going to be able to outlane anyone unless you're really good at your positioning and they miss position and you can land some charms. Against most mid lane mages, it's not really going to happen. They're going to be behind minions, you're going to be too far away, and if you kind of commit that much to getting into their face with your ult or just your W move speed, you're really opening up yourself for ganks or for them to retrade pretty hard onto you if they're an assassin or something like that. So generally in lane, we're just looking to land our Q on the minions, stay safe, and then use our ult when it's up to go roam and try and make plays with the team like we did there. So kind of tough. We didn't pick up any kills, just 2 assists off that, but still not too bad. So same thing now here. We're going to look to do a similar play in 35 seconds, potentially towards top side since Rift's up there. So I want to get to this wave and start pushing it with my Q. Grabbing the last hits when you can. You can use W in a pinch to help you with the last hits. And I also recommend using the attack speed in your runes to make sure you can get some of those last hits easier. So ult's up in 10 seconds. We're going to start roaming up here right now. Might end badly, but we might be able to pick up a kill here. We do have flash and a ward, so I'm going to just ward this bush here. Okay. Kind of sucks that we didn't get that kill again, but we're helping our team in these fights, just putting damage on, causing people to use flashes to dodge our charms, and then still grabbing the kill. So if this guy's not careful here, we might be able to grab him with a charm, and we did. That's kind of where you're going to be effective with your charm, even if it's not in your lane, or if it is in your lane, when you have minions pushed all the way up to the tower, and you can maybe land a charm on them when they're trying to last hit, and there's no minions in your way. Okay, that's good enough for our lost chapter. We already did buy our boots, so the second item we'll start to invest in that we're usually going to pick up with Ahri. Where the heck is it? Is this one here, so we'll pick up another amp tomb from that. And again, back to kind of just basic Ahri lane lane phase kind of mechanics here for another minute until our ult's up. We're just going to be using our Q to push waves, stay safe, and then hold that charm and W for when a skirmish breaks out. So Victor has picked up his lost chapter as well now, so he's going to be spamming his Q and E. His wave push and ability to match ours is now going to be there. So just something to think about. We still want to just make sure we're using our Q as much as possible. Similar to us, he's best at poking when we're jammed under our tower. His roam is a little bit worse than ours though, so that's where we still excel. So it looks like he's roaming now. I'm going to spam ping that he's roaming. Okay, he's back. That laser is so toxic, so hard to dodge. And with the Psyops, I feel like it's even, the Psyop skin that he's running, it's even harder. So another 16, 17 seconds on our ult. You don't really want to bush and face check bushes as Ahri. Okay, make sure at least you have some wards down before you start roaming, or before your ult is up. Be extra cautious, because when there's a Rengar jungle and you could be sitting in one of these bushes, you'll be surprised how fast you get one shot before you can react with your charm or your ult. So again, you can see, right, we're really not putting ourselves in any crazy situations where we have to out micro somebody or do anything crazy. We're just using our Q on the wave, and then we're going to look for potential roams. You can see I'm roaming safely to the side that I have some vision on. I'm not going through the bushes where Rengar could be sitting. If I get to about halfway, okay, I saw Rengar there. If I get to about halfway and it doesn't look good, I'm just going to go back. So Rengar's here. He's looking to pick up that scuttle. I'm just going to ping it. I'm going to push this wave and see maybe if I can catch him on the scuttle. Okay, we'll go take a look again. I think he got scuttle. No, he didn't. So he saw us and he backed off. I guess he's a little bit scared of us. We'll get this scuttle and prep for drag, and that's what I'm going to try and hold my ultimate for unless I absolutely need to escape. You want to try and make sure you use your big abilities and you go for your team fights around big objectives, okay? That's why you would team fight, and that's why you would look to try and engage when you're trying to get objectives, right? So you can see here something's breaking out. This is good. If we get some kills here before the dragon fight, this will be huge. Looks like they're going pretty hard on this, so we're going to try and engage with our R just in a safe way right now. Use our speed boost if we can catch somebody there. That's okay. So we got a kill off that. Ye's still alive. This should be a fairly safe dragon. But they do have those two alive still, and Rengar is still looming somewhere. So we're going to hope that Blitz can get a pull, and then we're going to try and chain our CC up with that. I feel like Rengar might try and sneak into that bush at some point. Should really be pulling this dragon away from the pit. I don't think these guys are going to do it. So just getting ready with our charm if anyone jumps into the pit here. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to walk back to lane and keep farming. So we didn't have to use our ult there. Nothing really presented itself in that bot lane fight, so we're just holding it. Maxing out the W second. And our sustain off the return Q when we get enough stacks in our passive is really helping us survive the Victor poke right now. So again, we're just going to look to push this in with our Q. Keeping safe with our W and our charm in case Rengar shows up, and playing closer towards the bot side so that if he does, we can see him coming. So when you have these opportunities after you've pushed, again, check your wards, see if you have wards to put down, take a look at the map, see if there's any big objectives you can help out with or roam to. Right now it looks like Yi and something is developing towards the bot lane, so I'm just going to slowly start to move down here. If the minion wave crashes and Victor pushes or nothing develops bot, then I'll move back. So you can see here something is developing still. It looks like Rengar is hanging around here and Victor's missing, so I'm okay to hang out a little bit more and see what happens here. Okay, so it looks like we might be able to sneak in here. So we're going to try and sneak in and land a charm. We landed the charm effectively. I'm going to ignite her. And then I'm going to try and get out. I think we got her with the ignite. We did. I'm just going to leave right now with my ult. There's nothing left for me to do in that fight. These guys should probably disengage. He is going for that int play. Didn't work out. I need to back off here because if Rengar flashes into a bush, he might be able to grab us still. Okay, good. We got him. Nice. So just, I hung out there a little bit longer just in case I could have helped them disengage with my E or my Q damage, but I was not going to put myself in any danger of getting jumped on by Rengar from a bush or by getting engaged on somehow by anyone, okay? So again, just play around your cooldowns. You're going to notice that as the game goes and you build items, your cooldown on your R is going to become a lot less. Right now it's just over a minute. So what that means is every minute you can make a big play. That's how you need to make sure you view Ahri. It looks like they surrendered, guys, so a little bit of a short one there, but a great overview of how to play Ahri safely, effectively, in lane, and in roam. So give her a try. Let me know how it goes.